what I really wanted to get your thoughts on is like, because it's always kind of playing this game of catch up where, the attacks are becoming more sophisticated, and they're really just leveraging, in a lot of cases that we've seen, they're just leveraging human beings in a lot of situations, and they're preying on the vulnerabilities or the current vulnerabilities of the general population at the time. So I think I'd like to get your kind of honest opinion on what do you think is going to evolve the fastest? Do you think the sophistication of the ransomware and the people behind the attacks, or do you think we're going to catch up and implement correct
Well,
solutions and effectively defend against it?
well, so I mean, we're doing those things in tandem. So companies like CryptoStopper and Lepide are building those preventative measures in tandem as the attackers are building out. The issue is that the adoption of these new technologies is slow in the uptake. So it's for companies, it's absolutely going to be cat and mouse, and they're going to be behind for the most part. Majority of companies are going to be behind. I've said for several years now that I think the cyber attackers will master their craft. And what I mean by that is that they'll get really good at what they're doing by 2023, 2024. And the reason I say that is because this is really it's a new phase that we're in cybersecurity and malware. So starting in 2012 is when Bitcoin became available. And so that's when these cyber attackers that previously were doing it either to steal corporate or state secrets or just doing it for the fun of it, that has completely changed, and started in 2012 with Bitcoin, has completely changed to a monetary goal. And that's really the only thing. And there's still some state-sponsored attacks that happen, like just happened this week to FireEye. It sounds like Russian attackers stole their red team tools. But primarily the cyber attackers that are out there that are not state-sponsored, it's all for monetary gain. And so we're going to be in this cat and mouse for years to come, and in the attackers perfecting their craft over a 10-year period. We're just getting there.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost liken it to modern day cops and robbers, right? It is literally, it's literally like that. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Emotet was one of the malware that I know we wanted to talk about today, and that started as a banking Trojan. Started to steal credentials, and actually started in 2014 specifically to steal money directly from banks. So literally bank robbers, just a new way.
Yeah, they're no longer wearing kind of stripy jumpers and masks anymore. It's
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's so much less risky to do it from 3,000 miles away than it is to walk into a bank with a gun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, I mean, kind of with regard to these cyber attacks, then monetary gain aside, do you, on a kind of a more serious note, do you think that these attacks will eventually cause, say, direct fatalities? When we look at connected devices such as driverless cars, or essentially anything connected to the Internet of Things, what are your thoughts on that?
So actually, the first fatality from a ransomware attack happened this year. So a hospital in Germany
Dusseldorf,
was attacked, and their emergency department was shut down, and they had to transport someone to another hospital that was about 20 minutes away, and the patient died en route, and they think that the patient would have lived had they gotten to the hospital, the first hospital that they went to. So that's one event that's happened already. And then I would say, I mean, we certainly will see more events like that. I don't know, I can't say if the self-driving cars if there'll be an event that happens there, it's hard to say that it wouldn't happen. I think it probably will, with so many manufacturers getting into the self-driving cars. I mean, I think at some point, unfortunately, that will happen. I think that events like that are and should be taken so seriously that there will be controls put in around those kind of events.
Yeah, it's there's nothing more serious, and yeah, the unfortunate situation that happened in Dusseldorf. I mean, kind of focusing on that for a minute. Then, do you think that why is the healthcare industry targeted so heavily, and what should be the kind of correct tools and resources that they should have in place? I think.
Well, so a couple of things. One of the reasons that they're attacked so prevalently is because they don't have the budgets to keep their systems up to date. I mean, most hospitals are barely profitable as they are in the U.S. and around the world, and so they don't have the budget that they need for cybersecurity. So that's issue number one, is that they're not able to devote the resources and properly manage their networks. So, and then the second part to that question is then putting the resources toward it and implementing the cybersecurity. And again, it's the basics. It's making sure patch management is done, making sure that asset management is done, and having every hospital having a CISO that manages the business network. It to me, it's not. I mean, it frustrates me so much when I hear people say, "Well, it's not if, but when you're going to be attacked," and that is not the case anymore. The tools exist to be able to protect yourself. It's a matter of education and implementation.